And Lima, why were you absent yesterday? See, I told you, right, Max? You have Max and you're attending science. Anyways, I've uploaded the recording. Did you check? I'll go through the recording, Lima. That's all I could say because you have Max, you have to attend. You didn't complete science portion still? Okay, fine. The last part of question, students. Yesterday I taught you a cube question. All of you remember cube? Cube formulas. Okay, based on that, we'll solve two questions and move to circles. Yeah, look at this 25th question. 2000. Evening around. Wait, let me see the time. 4 o'clock. 3:30 students. Can you see I've written 3:30 to 5:30? 3:30 I may start or 4 o'clock. We'll see. 4 o'clock I'll start. 4 to 5:30. Okay. Then I'll teach all GST. Heights and distance GST. Then I'll conduct a test. Okay. Shall we start? All of you, can you see the screen? Look at this 25th cube question. What is cube question given? Factorize sine cube theta plus cos cube theta. How do you factorize to? Just write the formula. What is a cube plus b cube? Formula. Yesterday I gave you a plus b into minus ab. Okay, minus ab. So just factorize this. What do you get? Sin theta plus cos theta. Substitute, students. Find the answer. Next we have to solve sin cube theta plus. Yeah, good morning here. Can start this here. Write the formula. Look at this question 25th. See, this is how they'll give you, students. They'll tell you to factorize. If not, they'll directly give you a question like this. So what do you get here? Sin theta plus cos theta, and here minus cos theta. And this, how do you further factorize it? What's the final answer? This is the answer. You'll get 1 mark till here. Okay. So 2024, they can ask minus. They ask plus. They can ask minus. Now let's substitute, students. Can you see this? In place of this, what you have to write? This value, cos theta into 1 minus sin theta cos theta divided by sin theta plus cos theta. Plus we already have sin theta plus cos theta, and you should get 1. Which one gets cancelled here? These two. We get 1 plus sin theta into cos theta plus sin theta. Again, which one gets cancelled here? See these two. Are we getting 1? This is the answer. Is Ani online? Completed. Shall we do the next one? You have any cube question in Selena? Yes. Send it. Send it. So it's been almost 1 month, right? You haven't sent. Okay, send it. Anyways, we'll do heights and distance later. I'll just check that. What is the question? Can you tell me? Is it similar to this? Can you just check? Is it similar to this? Okay, try this, students. Try this. Can you see? You, same thing? Okay, then complete this. Try this. Numerator. In first numerator, you have to substitute a cube, b cube. In second, what you have to substitute? Minus b cube concept. Try this. Be quick. Complete it. So you should get two students, right? And say, how do you get two? If both gets cancelled, you get one, and here you get one. One plus one, two, right? Yes. So substitute a cube, b cube. Try this. Okay, let me check. Is Kia online? Kia Island? Okay. Completed, students. And go through your notes. I've made you also 2025-26 questions also, right? You have completed. Those very easy, students. For both the batches I've taught. If you want 2000, okay, let me cos A plus B into, okay. What do you get here? A square plus B square. Shall I directly write as 1 minus cos A sin A divided by cos A plus sin A plus. Tell me the next one. Cos A minus and 1 plus cos A. So I'm writing it directly. Even in exam, you can write it directly. Okay. So we know that sin square A plus cos square A is 1. You can just write it directly. Anyways, it is going to get cancelled like this. Correct. 1 plus. Yeah. Fine, Ruth. Let me check. Which one? 14th question. Yeah, time period question. Okay. See, this entire thing will get cancelled with this. How much is 1 plus 1? 2. All of you got it? Okay, trigonometry then 2024-25 I've done. If you want, we'll just see 26 one. Can you see this 2026? Complete this student. Try this. See, this is such a basic question. You have to convert right hand side cos and sin is given. We have solved a lot of questions like this. Okay. Yes, that's the recent limited question I got here. I made you revise. Okay, in actual class we did almost 20-30 questions, right? So for revision I covered everything, all the topics, one question I made also. So square root question, cube, square, reciprocal. Only that complementary I didn't solve because you told it is cancelled. Even for board exam you won't get. And trigonometry most of the time they might give tough students in your school. So don't skip the question. Try to do at least half or try to convert both. Try solving it. Okay, what's the LCM here? What's theta? You get 1 minus cos square theta. Yes, yesterday we solved a tough one. This is a basic one. Here, what do you get? Sine theta. Use square relation. What is 1 minus cos square theta? Yes, that sine square theta, I'll write it as 2 so that we can cancel. And here, cos square theta, right? I'll write it twice. So this and this gets cancelled. What's the answer? Sine theta into cos theta. Actually, this 3 mark, this is almost like MCQ question. It is so easy, like MCQ they have given. Shall we do the next one? And one more thing, those who are at missed classes students, trigonometry, or attended only 1 or 2 classes, for them you all might feel hard, difficult. Those who attended regularly when you all took up the test, so for them this is all these questions are easy to solve. Next, circles chapter. Same, circle is also same like trigonometry. If you had missed in the beginning, if you all don't know what is chord, what is diameter, all those things, it is not possible to solve. Everything depends on basic. Yeah, tell me, Amy. Sentence. Okay. Directly? No, no, not extra student. Not extra. No, no, it's not like that. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Only the theorems is mandatory. Theorems you'll have to write. Ah, that one I'll tell you how to convert it. See, that is the easiest way to solve a question, right? Center is equal to twice the circumference. I'll explain everything. See, circles, there are 3 types students. What are the 3 topics we have? Related to chord, secant, and tangent. So for this test, we'll ignore tangent. Don't study anything related to tangent. Only concentrate on circle and secant. Sorry, chord and secant. When it comes to chord, what are the 2 concepts we have, students? All of you know what is chord, diameter, all those things, right? You all remember? Okay, let me take angle. AB is the arc. Okay, AB is the arc. Sometimes it will be closed like this. It would look like a triangle. So what kind of triangle is this? If O is the center, isosceles triangle. You can apply isosceles triangle concept and find angle. If they ask you to find A and B, okay, so opposite sides are equal, so you use isosceles triangle. On the same arc AB, if it connects to another line here, what's the angle form? Where is the angle form? Circumference. So what's the concept I told? Center is equal to, okay, center is not half. Don't use that half concept, students. That is where you get confused. Always remember this. Center is equal to twice circumference. So what do you mean by center is twice the circumference? What's the angle formed? AOB is equal to, or Ruth, what did you ask? 2 times circumference. You forgot the formula? See, this is the only formula I taught students. Your teacher would have used that half formula, right? Circumference is equal to half center. Don't use that. You will definitely get confused. Always use this one. According to the question, you can substitute the value. Okay. Now look at center is equal to twice circumference. 2 times what is angle formed on the circumference? No, no. ADB. For AOB and ADB, look at the first and last alphabet. Are they same? That's the arc, right? That's the arc. Yes. Amy, how do you convert this into sentence? Into a proper sentence. What is this AOB? AOB is angle? No, no. AOB is what? Angle? What is AOB? We call it as angle. Yes. Angle formed at center. Just convert this. Is what? That's it. Is twice the angle formed at the circumference. Is twice or double. Okay. Is double or twice. If you write this, you'll get marks. In textbook, they are given elaborated way. You don't have to memorize that. Just write this angle formed. Yes. Theorem is mandatory. This is theorem, right? Yeah. So why all are feeling difficult, students? What is this? Is it angle or vertex or what is this AOB? It's angle formed, right? Why all are feeling difficult to write this in English? I mean, in words. Angle formed at center is twice. Is what twice the angle formed where? Is twice the angle formed? No, no, you can't write all that short form. They'll give you less marks then. Okay, they'll reduce the marks. Angle formed at the center is twice the angle formed at the circumference. And never write like this, student. This is example. Just because I taught like this, even till now you'll remember the concept, right? Center is twice, but never write it like this. Those are the keywords from the same, what you call the statement, theorem. I've just picked the keywords. Look here. Center is twice the circumference. That's the keyword I picked and I taught you all. Clear? All of you understood how to write? Use only one formula. If you want to find AOB now, AOB is equal to 2 times. What is circumference? 60. What's the answer? 120. Or you'll definitely get one question related to this. Okay, but they won't give that simple. You should try to figure it out. If I write 150 here, same formula. Where should I substitute 150? Where is it from? 150, 2 into ADB, right? And now you can bring this ADB down. Divided by. This is how your teachers will teach. Write it like this: is equal to R into 150. Isn't it the same? Yes. Tell me, Ruth. Yes, yes. They'll give you even board exam to 2026. They had given such question. I'll solve. I'll solve. Okay. Based on that, I'll solve. Board exam this time they had given like this 2026. So if you reduce, what you'll get? 75. Next, on the same segment concept, students. What if there are two angles formed? Not on center, but on the same segment. Segment in the sense same arc, another angle like this. ADB, ACB. These two will be equal, right? How did I teach you all? Circumference is equals to circumference. Yes. So you can't tell angle formed in the circumference is equal to angle formed on another circumference. You can't write it like this. What is AB? AD and AB, are they chord or radius? Chord, right? So what is segment, student? Segment is made up of two chord and plus one arc. Yes. Angle formed at the same segments are equal. So this is not circumference, this is actually segment. Okay, this is actually a segment. Both are segments. So if this is 50 degrees, you're supposed to write ADB is equal to angle AC. ADB is equal to ACB. Both are equal to 50 degree. And this is just a minute. This is a written form, students. How will you prove your teacher? Like she can't ask you a question why that is equal. That's the reason you write the statement. Angle formed on the same segments are equal. That's it. Make a note. Yeah, tell me, Amy, what was angles formed on the same segments are equal. So basically, exam is a form of communication. You're just telling your teacher why both are equal. That is what you're going to explain there. If you use triangle, if you use isosceles, just mention why isosceles triangle, because circle radiuses are equal. Ah, yes, you can write. You can write this. I'll explain. Oh, all this is rough diagram, Amy. Actually, in exam, you don't even have to draw a diagram. That is for a reference. But without diagram, is it possible to solve? No. You keep using protractor, compass, all those things. You'll take 5 hours to complete the paper then. Just a rough diagram. Draw a rough diagram. Only for construction students. You'll have that in midterm. Only for construction. Yes, there is construction. Advanced topic. That is very. It's a kind of tough question. No, no. Combined with this, Amy, it is similar. You have to combine even this topic. You should know what is chord. Last year, you all studied, right? How to construct angle 60 degree, 90 degrees. No, no. It is one question is for 4 marks, 5 marks, I think. Construction question. Okay, shall we do the next one? Just the theorem, student. After that, we'll practice few questions. Next, diameter question. See, all this in the beginning itself, I explained. I told you how to write. Still now, if you have confusion, the reason is during the test, weekly test, you all didn't use the method, students. Just like that, randomly or written the answers and sent. Look at, if this is A and B, what's the angle formed? In the center, 90 degree. So A and B is what? Diameter, right? You have to mention angle ACB is equal to 90. And the reason is ACB is 90. AB is the diameter. So formed angle formed by the angle formed by diameter on a semicircle, or angle formed by a diameter on a semicircle. See, AB is what? ACB is what? Angle, right? Angle formed by a diameter. How is it formed? Is it formed through a chord or a diameter? Diameter. Angle formed by a diameter. Where is it formed? On the circumference, right? Okay, on the the diameter on the circumference is 90 degree. Angle formed by a diameter, not the angle formed by the diameter. CIR stands for circumference. Don't write it as circle. CIR stands for circumference. So these are the theorems, students. Only for this you have to write it like this. Is it clear? Understood? Okay. So what exactly is theorem? By looking at this, you have to draw. What is given here? Angle formed by what? Diameter. So let me take a diameter. It can be in any way, any odd shape like this. What is diameter? It starts from center, right? Then what it says? Angle formed by the diameter on the circumference. See, just touch the circumference. What is this angle? That is what it means. Yes. Hmm. No, no. O is the AB is the chord, right? Okay. They didn't mention O is the in center is just the center value. Okay. Then that is rate. You have to take it as 10. No, no, no. 1 minute, 1 minute. I'll teach. Is this clear? Okay, Abigail. In center is center. Was that your doubt? I'll tell you what is in center. Look here, students. In center, circumcenter. Okay, in center meaning inside this, sorry, a triangle is drawn. Whenever a circle is inside, okay, whenever a circle is inside a triangle, we call it as in center. In center, and the center will be same for both, for triangle as well as circle. The center will be same. Circumcenter is a triangle on top of this. If a circle is drawn, this is known as circumcenter. Okay, just send me any one question, Abigail. We'll check. See, there are no major questions on in-center or circumcenter, students. Yes, only one question. And one more thing, just don't look it as in-center or circumcenter. Just forget about this. Can you see a circle? From a circle, one point, what do you call when a line passes through? What do you call this? Tangent? We use tangent property here. This is actually a tangent. Look here. Can you see one point is passing, one line is passing? And if I pull here, there's another line. So I've already explained such concept. Last moment you'll have doubts. Look here. This chord AC, this tangent AC will be equal to which one? Tangent AD. Anyways, this is not there for your test. When they start tangents, once again I'll explain that. Now, next if I take BC and these two tangent will be equal. BC will be equal to which one? BE. And if I join like this, BE will be equal to, sorry, EC will be equal to DC. That is how a triangle is formed. Inside inside the triangle you have circle in center. So we exactly don't use in center or circumcenter for this. That is used only in construction part. That's a different chapter. For now, just ignore this, students. Ignore some. Okay, we'll do that. First, we'll complete the concepts. What else we have apart from this? Parallel line or like this. A, B and C students. A, B and C. They'll ask you to find A, B, C. How do you solve this question? You'll know direct answer, right? How to find 40? Okay. Now, how did you all get 1 minute? 1 minute. How did you all get 40? How did you all get 40? Isosceles triangle. So just mention here. Look here. Just mention in. Don't write in. Triangle ABC is what kind of triangle? Triangle ABC is isosceles. Isosceles. Just check the spelling, students. Isosceles triangle. Whatever I explain, just write it as statement. That's it. If you try to write a sentence or in lot of words or sentence, it becomes grammar. This is not grammar. This is max. Okay, so try to minimize the concept. Triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Then, how will you prove that this is isosceles? How will you prove? Yes, triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. To prove, right? AB is equal to AC. How will you prove this AB is equal to AC? Just mention in bracket radius. Not this first. Just first, which one we look? How did you all get to know that this is a isosceles today? Because of radius, right? Write that first. Right? AB is equal to AC. Mention radius. Just because it is radius, right? Therefore, this symbol stands for therefore. Therefore, ABC is what? ABC is an isosceles triangle. You should know how to frame the sentence. Okay. So first point, AB is equal to AC radius. Just because of that, ABC is an isosceles. Just because it is isosceles, which two angles are equal? Angle ABC is equal to. Okay, you can even write like that. Even English grammar. How are they related, Amy? Framing sentence, grammar. Okay, that's what. So don't write it like a story, students. Max, it should be short and precise. Just exactly what point is required. Fine. Next, angle B. Try to write the complete sentence. Angle B is also fine, but I'll write it completely. Angle ABC. So if both are equal, what do we usually take in max? X. Just mention let angle ABC is equal to angle ACB be X. Yes, yes, that is what I'm writing next. Angle ABC plus angle BAC plus angle ACB is equal to 180. Now, for here, if you want, you write the statement or it is not required. Here, it doesn't matter because, yes, yeah, you can write either of this, not a problem. Both are same aim, Kia. Yes, that's the reason I'm teaching. See, this is also fine, both are fine. But after you, this is the basic, students. See, this one is the basic of how you have to start learning angles. Once you learn this, you should know how to write it in this way. Is it clear? Okay. See, still if you have doubts, it is very simple, students. Here you tell me how you want to write ABC. No, no, just tell me angle A, angle B plus angle C. You write it like this. After writing like this, before A, just put B and C. Before B, what you have to put? Before C, A and B or B and A. Understood? All these doubts, why didn't you ask during when I was teaching students? Last moment, all okay. 100. BAC is 100. This is not revision. All doubts you all are asking now, silly doubts, students. All these are basic concept. What is B and C we have taken? x plus x. Remember, here we don't have to write that statement. Okay, this is not your chord circle property. This is a triangle. So here, if you want, you'll write. If not, just ignore the statement. Angle formed on. What is this? Convert this into statement. Let me see. Yes. So you just can't write angles formed inside the triangle. There are three angles. All three angles will be equal. No. What is the symbol, students? Plus stands for sum, right? Sum of angles. Where is it formed? Inside or outside the triangle? Yes. Sum of angles formed. Don't write inside. Sum of angles formed in the triangle. In the triangle is equal to how much? Yes. Sum of angles formed in the triangle is 180 degrees. So I don't know whether you'll remember or not. In 6th and 7th, you'll had questions. 6, it was very basic, students. They used to give x plus y is equal to 180. This was your basic algebra question in 6th standard. How do you convert into statement? X plus, this is what you studied when in 6th. In 10th, you should know it in the opposite way. You should know how to write the statement. Okay, you should relate everything. 10th is basically whatever you studied from 1st standard to 10th. Addition, subtraction, statement, construction, everything put together. There will be one question for 3 or 4 marks. Okay, isosceles is done. Then parallel line concept. I'll just teach this. You all practice questions. Okay, you all practice. What's the time? Because the meeting might end. Fine, all of you will rejoin, students. Class is still 11. I'll send a link, another link, rejoin. And yesterday, did you all practice shades and dividend? Did you all revise that? Okay, revise it later, Kia. All the questions, notes you'll have, right? You have to revise it. So go through all the types of question. I've solved a lot of questions. All the concepts I've explained, especially sale proceed. Go through even sale proceed. Okay. So same thing, students. Those who are regular will be able to understand. If you have missed classes, last moment it is tough. At least from after unit test one. At least after unit test one, try to be regular. Okay, we'll start after 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes break. We'll start at 10:35. Okay, so we discuss the next topic. All of you online. Center is equal to twice. Which question, Abigail? All of you online. 13th one, right? Let me read the 13th. Can you see this 11th? This question parallel line. Yeah, the parallel line. But where is the angle? See, if this is a parallel line, E and D is also a straight line, student. This also will be a parallel line. Okay, just extend. Look here, Z alphabet Z. I told you Z alphabet parallel line. If it is connected like this, right? So interior alternate. We use interior alternate angle in alphabet Z. If this line is extended, let me extend it like this. Even this also will be parallel to the opposite one. If they connect it like this, see even this line also will be parallel. Did you all understand? This also would be parallel. So again, this is a parallel line. If you draw a line like this, interior alternate angle. That's the reason angle B. If angle B is 50° here, angle E also will be 50 interior alternate. Next, in center. Okay, this is the in center rotula. See, in center here you can't take I as the center. The concept of in center is it's center for the triangle, students. This center is okay. Let me tell what is in center. Actually, it is not required for this circle. It is only for triangle concept and what is that? Construction. So what do you mean by in center? In center is nothing but where all three radius meet. Not radius, sorry, all three lines from vertex meet, not radius, vertex. This is known as in center. So from vertex, if I draw a line, it's a separate concept. Just ignore this. OB will be 5 centimeter, OC will be 5, OA will be 5. This is in center O. If I draw a circle on top of this center you can't assume to be the center for the circle. Okay, the center can be elsewhere, like this. If I draw a circle and let me draw the triangle like this, like this. For this triangle, students, triangle is inside the circle, right? Triangle is inside. I let it as A, B, C. Okay. I'll just explain using a diagram why in center you can't take in center as the center for circle. See, in the first diagram, this center, if I write it as O, I'll erase all this. Look, let me erase. They won't write it as center O, students. They'll give the name as I, in center. So what exactly is in center? It is not the center for circle, but for which one? For all these three lines. Yes, for triangle. For triangle, it is a center. Okay, look at the second diagram. You'll understand better. If I draw a line like this is 6 centimeter. The same here, this also will be 6 and this also will be 6. This is known as I. Do you think this I is center for the circle? Does it look like center for the circle? No. For circle, the center would be somewhere here. Even if it is not mentioned, it is understood, students. Okay, you can just guess. If I draw a square, the center can be here. The center has to be here. If I draw any figure, if I draw a rectangle, the center will be somewhere here. So never assume I to be the center of the circle. I is not center for circle. I is center for which one? Center for triangle. Triangle. So in this question, you need to connect AD. So you can't take BD as the diameter. Okay, we don't take BD as the diameter. We'll solve this question. I think I've already done. I didn't explain this to you all. Yeah, see, clearly they mentioned what is I in center of what? Circle or triangle? Triangle. So I've given an example. BI is produced to meet the circumference. BI is produced to meet the circumference of triangle ADB at D given BAC is equal to 50. Okay, in the given figure, I is the center. So this is the triangle A. Okay, I is the center for the triangle and B, D and I are produced. Angle BAC. 55 degrees. Angle ACB. How much is ACB? ACB is 65. How will you find angle B, students? Yes, sum of a triangle of a circle. Right? Sum of triangle angles formed. Sum of angles formed in a triangle is 180 degrees. So just because you write the statement, I'll just write the answer. 65 plus 50, 70 plus 50, 120. 180 minus 120, what will you get? 60 degrees. Next, find DCA. DCA. Then you have to join this. Line will cut into what? No. See, if I write I, that's what I'll explain, student. That's what. If I write I here, what did I tell you all? If I join I and C, BI will be equal to which one? IC. For a triangle, just now I explained what is center. Center meaning where all three lines will be equal. Okay, where all three lines will be equal. I'll explain this next. First, DA. What they asked us to find. DCA, students. Where is angle DCA? Arc DCA. All of you respond. How will you find DCA? See, if I write DCA, this is the arc D and C. On the same arc, no. If I write DCA, D and A is the arc, students. On the same arc, where is another angle formed? ABD, right? ABI and Get this in center once again. See, in center concept is ABC. If I is the in center students, these three lines will be same, and your angles will get bisected, which means if this entire thing is 60, it will be half and half. Here this is 30, and what about this one? 30 degrees. Next, if I join I to C, if entire thing is 65, it, angle will be half and half. In center, line will bisect the angles into two parts, not the side, angles. So if angle B is 60 degree, if you bisect into two parts, what you'll get? Yeah, you get 30 degrees here and 30 degrees. Now, if I want to find DAC students, for DAC, which is the arc, sorry, DCA, I want to find DCA. For DCA, which is the arc, okay, let me take DNA. Angle formed on the same segment. See, if I erase this, you'll understand this part. Can you see angles formed on the same segment? Can you see this angle formed on the same segment? DCA is equal to which one? Is equal to, yes, DBA or ABD. So both are 30 degrees. So this is in center concept. Okay, if I haven't taught, look here, make a note. In center will split angles into two parts. So 60 degrees is given, 30 and 30. So I'll tell you how to write the statement. First, let me copy the diagram, students. All of you will copy the diagram. DCA, DAC. Yes, angles formed on the same segment are equal. But before that, you have to mention this BI. Okay, this BI splits the angle into how many parts? Two angles, right? BI in center. That line will split into two parts. If I connect I to C, even that will split into two parts. This is the concept of in center. So you'll write like this, students. Angle ABI is equal to which one? Angle ABI will be equal to angle IBC. Yes, IBC, that is equals to 60 divided by 2, 30 degrees. Write this statement first. This is actually angle bisector theorem. For reason, just write angle bisector theorem. Angle bisector theorem. Or this is not required, students. For now, this is not required. This is totally different concept. Just write this. Next, angle DAC is what they've asked to find. DCA is equal to angle DBA. Angles formed on the same segment are equal. Angles formed on same segment. So both are equal to 30 degrees. Yes. No. School, it is random, students. Your class teachers, you're telling? Your school representatives? Board exam. No, that is a different format, Ruth. You have to apply. We call this as paper copy. Yeah, you have to buy this. I think 500 or 1000 or 2000. You have to buy a paper copy. You have to apply for that. Only then you'll get your answer sheet. Yeah, usually they don't. Hmm? What is strict? They won't give you papers, Kia. Okay, they won't give papers. You have to buy the photocopy. We call it as photocopy, and then you can cross check. for photocopy for 1,000. Okay, no, it is very tough, students. See, some other teacher will correct your paper. In your exam sheet, you won't be writing your name. Remember that you won't write. Each one will get roll numbers. Okay, roll numbers total ICSE. There are lakhs of students. Example, you have roll number 17,526, something like this, along with your school's ID. You get fine. No, no, no. Name is not required. One more thing, there are a lot of chances for malpractice. If they know your name, if you know who's going to correct your paper, if you bribe them, they'll give you good marks, right? So there are chances of malpractice, students, in correction, invigilation. That's the reason they'll give you numbers like this. They'll allot numbers. This year they'll register from your school side. They'll register. Each student will get different ID. So in your exam sheet, you have to write this ID. Yes. Yeah. What is it, Amy? What did you ask? No, no, no. They'll give you all ticket. See, you don't have to worry about that. I'm just telling you all photocopy. The reason they don't give photocopy is ID students 17,526. Example, this is some student's number. You'll have lakhs and lakhs of papers. It will be in one office or department. That is ICSE. Just think it's in a building. If suddenly if Amy wants the paper, can they directly go and fetch it? Is it that easy to go and fetch the paper? No, right? It is highly secured, students. So that's the reason they charge you all. Even if it is your paper, there are lakhs and lakhs of papers in one department. In Bangalore, there will be some papers. In Delhi, there will be some papers. Each region, they will have different papers. So if you want to apply for photocopy, it is not that easy. Just for example, in your school itself, do they give you test papers? Do they show? No, right? They will. But when unit on this test, there are hundreds of students, right? And one more thing, example, you take your paper, students. You pay 1,000 and you take. You got to know there is some error in calculation or something. You can apply for re-evaluation. That time you don't have to pay anything. Okay, for all the re-evaluation paper, they'll assign another teacher for correction. The same teachers will not correct. It depends. Marks might go down or it might increase or decrease. Okay, same teachers will never correct. Fine. So just forget about all that. All this during before the exam, I'll explain. So I'll tell you all before board exam what are the rules, how to apply. I'll tell everything. For now, just concentrate on this. Did you understand? Is this clear? Okay. For board exam, it is 3 hours. I think now it was 2.5. They made it 3 hours. Yes, for max. I think for max also it is 2.5 or three students. Board exam last time it was three. I think. Okay, let me see. Is it three? Okay, we'll see. We'll see that question paper. How do you find DAC, students? See, if you want to find DAC, where is DNC? Isn't it the arc? On the same arc, where's the another angle formed? What ACD? DAC is angle segment theorem here. Another angle is DBC, 30 degrees. Yes. Angles formed on the same segment theorem. 30 degrees. Both are 30 degrees. So that's the reason B was given. So angle B was given. I was the angle bisector. Okay. So BI was angle bisector. This is the reason you have to write. Look here. You have to mention angle ABI is equal to angle IBC is equal to 30 degree and mention this reason. BI is the angle bisector. For angle which part? So DCI 30 plus 65. Yes. All of you look at angle DC, DCI student. Next question. angle D, angle C, and angle I. This DCI, how is this DCI made up? There's an angle line passing. All of you completed till here. Shall we find DCI? Okay, next. If you want to find DCI, students, angle bisector. What is angle C we got? Using sum of interior. What was angle C? No, no. What is ACB we got, students? ACB is how much? 65? We didn't get it. It's already mentioned as 65. Okay, if entire angle is 65, if I from angle bisector, if I join the line, what will be the value? Half, right? Half. Then from there, D passes like this. This is what they've asked us to find. DCI. Did we find DCA value? What was DCA, student? DCA was 30. Now let us find ACI. ACI. For that you write the statement like this. Angle C is made up of two parts. What are the two parts? Or same, use angle bisector concept. What is angle bisector? Yes. ACI, angle ACI will be equal to angle not ICA, ICB. Can you see ICB? ICB, students, look at I, C and B. Is this clear? ACI and ICB. So that is equal to what is angle C? Entire angle C value we had. 65 divided by 2. 65 divided by 2. You will get in decimal 32.5. Yes. See, I'm talking about this. I'll use a different. This green one is one angle, and this pink is another angle. This green and pink. That is what I'm talking about. 65 divided by 2 is 32.5. So if you want to find angle DCI, students, DCI is made up of how many angles now? DCI? DCA plus. Tell me DCI. Look at DCI. DCA plus DC. Sorry. No, no. DCA plus ACI. Correct. ACI. DCA we got 30 plus 32.5. What's the answer? Done. All of you completed. Right. See, below this, write the statement ACI and BCI. IB is the IC. IC is angle bisector. Is angle bisector. Angle? Angle with what? That is not asked in the question, right? Oh, you asked DAC. Yeah, what was your doubt in that? No, no, not DAC, not DAC, students. I wrote, oh, is it DAC? Okay, DAC. Which one you have to join? A and D, right? Yes, join. Is it not joined here? Okay, join A and D, students. See, it is clear, right? DAC. Can you see? Only if you join D and A, you'll get DAC angle. Okay. How did we get the answer? For DAC, which is the arc? CD. On the same angle CD, where is another angle formed? Yes, DBC. Angle formed on the same segments are equal. Now the last question is bit lengthy, students. Shall we do the last part, AAC? So if you have understood angle, you'll get only one question for in center. So just remember this concept. The last question is a lengthy one, in center concept. Now look here. We need to find AIC. Let me take AIC. This is I, this is A, and this is C. So this I will bisect A into how many parts? Two parts, right? If I want to find AAC, students, if I get this angle, for example, this is 50 degree, and if this is 50 degree, 50 plus 50 is 100, then what will be AAC? 180 minus 100 is 80. Is this clear? Sum of interior. Now, I want you all to answer. What is C value we got? What is ACI value we found? 65 divided by 2, it was 32.5. In the same way, this angle A will be split into two parts. Okay, let me write. You all don't tell the answer or don't write. BAI will be equal to, which is the other one? IAC. So what is angle A given, students? Angle A is how much? 55 degrees, right? That is equal to 55 divided by 2. So you get 27.5. So this will be 27.5. Now write in triangle BIC. Don't assume this as isosceles triangle. That center is not related to circle question. In triangle BIC, rate all the three angles. AIC plus IAC plus ACI is equal to 180. So AIC is what we need, plus IAC. What is IAC value, students? 27.5. Plus what is ACI we got? 32.5 is equal to 180 degrees. Yes, now you all can complete it. So you'll get 30 plus 20, 50, 60. 180 minus 60. Okay. Just check the answer. Who sent it? Abigail, can you just check the answer? Are all the answers correct? This is in center concept. Yeah, tell me. Uh, For that you should, for that I should be the center, right? See, from beginning, that is what I'm explaining. How can you take angle formed in the center? Is this I center for triangle or circle? A triangle, but you're telling which concept? You're telling circle concept, right? Yes. So as you're telling AAC is circle concept. No, don't assume it like that, students. You can't write angle center is twice the circumference. But if I is the center in the question, if they mention, then whatever you told is correct. Okay. Then what will be the answer, Arti? If B is 60, AAC will be 120. Answers are correct. What is AAC, students? 180 minus 60 is 120. In question, anywhere have they mentioned that I is the center of circle? No, right? Is this clear? All of you understood? 120. Now look here. If this is 120, what's the actual value we got for B, for angle B? What's the answer we got for B, students? 60. According to circumference, center is twice the circumference. Does it make, is the value correct? If this is 60, this is 120. Then what is I actually, student? In this question, actually, what is I? I is, no, I is also the center for which one? Center for circle. So this you'll get to know only till when you complete the last part. Until then, they haven't mentioned. That's the reason I told you can take I and solve for certain questions, but you should know how to calculate. So just ignore. See, if this the center is 120 and circumference it is 60. Therefore, even if they don't mention, yes, yes. If they tell you verify that I is the center of circumference, then you can write this statement. Is it clear? If they tell you, as Ruth told, if they ask you to verify the question, they ask you to verify, and this definitely such question will be for 4 mark students. It is not that easy because we use lot of bisector questions here, angle bisector. So if they tell you to verify, you can write it like this. Center, you can write angle AIC is equal to 2 times angle ABC. Therefore, I is also the center of circle. Okay, it's anyhow 11:05. So I will next class we'll continue we'll solve few more questions at 4 o'clock. Fine. Take a note. So I think we'll solve at least 5 to 6 questions based on circles. Okay. X, yes, even that is left. Then what is the other chapter I told? Shares and dividend. Along with this, 4 o'clock I'll teach even shares and dividends today. Only basic, not basic, few questions, not everything. Heights and distance and GST I won't be giving for test students. Tomorrow we'll study heights and distance and GST. Okay, because if you keep studying, we won't have time to do test. At 6 o'clock, I'll send you all the test paper. Okay. So out of 7 chapters, we revise at least 5 chapters. Take up the test, and tomorrow, whatever is pending, we'll study that. If not, this entire day, you'll just keep practicing. Completed? All of you are done? Okay, so the time is 11. Next class will be at 4 students. You have 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 hours. Okay, so I want you all to practice circles. Go through circles, all the questions. Is it clear? I'll go through the notes so that when I practice, you won't have any doubts. Okay, I want you all to go through circles, and which is the other chapter? Shares and dividend. So linear inequation, any doubts? No, linear inequation is done. Okay, trigonometry we completed, right? You can also practice trigonometry. So just split. You'll have around 5 hours. Just spend 45 minutes on each chapter. 45 minutes, you'll be able to solve trigonometry. What's the other chapter you have? Circle, shares and dividend, linear inequation. Banking. Banking also we have done, right? Banking. So banking you all can directly do for test and study at night, students. Today night you all can revise banking. What else is left? GST and heights and distance. So GST heights and distance. If you have time, evening I'll teach anyone. If not, I won't be giving this for test. We'll revise tomorrow. Is it clear? Okay, that's it. Attend at 4 o'clock. All of you all can leave.